And I wanted to welcome you all to our member portal tutorial. And Liz Latham, our member relations associate, is going to be taking you step by step through the member portal and showing you how you can best utilize it. I'm going to turn it over to you, Liz.
Alrighty, hello everybody. Again, my name is Liz Latham, and I'll be walking you through your MIC or Member Information Center. We'll be calling it the MIC for short. And we're just going to dive right into it. And again, please ask all the questions that you may have, and Jamie will let me know, and I can hopefully answer them for you. So again, jumping right into it, I'm gonna show you how to log in to your MIC or create your account. So we're gonna go to membership here, hit this button, and go to member login. There we go. And this is where you will enter your username and your password. If you've forgotten either, you can go through that process here. And if you don't have your information yet, you can enter that here. If you already have your information, please feel free to follow along. Also, if you don't have your login information, you can request it from us, but you can also begin to create it just right here. Alrighty, so we're just gonna jump into it and log in, if you will. Let's move over here, and I'm going, and so this is what you would see when you first log in. I would like to first thank Kristen Knowlton from Brandywine Technology for allowing us to use her account. She is an ambassador and a great resource to anybody who wants to know about what being a member is like, and her profile is also at 100%. So I'm gonna be showing you how to get your profile to 100% also. But first, we're just going to go through these top tabs here. So starting with directory. There we go. And this looks different, but is functionally the same to the directory on our website. So everything that, so the MIC is only available to members. Obviously, anybody can search on our website. So it looks a little different, but it is the same. I would like to point out keywords. You can search for certain keywords that might lead you to a service or a company or an organization. When you're searching in our directory, even on our site, you can also still be searching for keywords, and I'll be telling you just how to optimize your keywords here today. Moving on to events. We see here that you can see all of the events that are happening. This is a combination of our community calendar and our chamber calendar. So you can register for any upcoming events right here. We're doing this right now. And obviously any events from any chamber member. Chamber member events appear on our community calendar, and you have to be a member to appear on our community calendar. This is a great place to come to if you're just wanting to learn how to get plugged into your chamber and to your community. Also on this page, we can go to events I've registered for right here. And this shows you events that you've registered for, and it's great because some people reach out to us and they say, you know, I think I've already registered for this event. I'm not sure. I don't want to have to pay for it twice, which we completely understand. Make sure you registered. You can just check right here. Also, the inverse of that, of people, you know, thinking that they've registered but they haven't. We can always register you on site, but you know, great place to go if you want to make sure that you've registered for the events you want. Moving on to reports right here. This is a great way to measure your membership, to see how much your membership is working for you. So as we see within the past 12 months, within the past year, Brandywine Technology has gotten 1,374 views and impressions. These are from our membership directory or from our MIC. People have come across her account. So again, a great way to measure your membership to see how it's working for you. Our job is to make sure that you get seen. So you can also, if you have any hot deals or job postings, which I'll be showing you how to do, you can see how often those are viewed as well. Alrighty, and just moving on to settings right here. Okay, so this is just basic information, the name of the organization, your name, the address line, all of that kind of stuff. So this is specific to Kristen. So as many employees as you'd like can have their logins. So let's say she has another employee, John Doe. His login is, going to obviously have his name and just all that. So this part is specific to each member. And here you can indicate the representative is currently active, they're the primary contact, and they're the billing contact. And you can also have a little bit about yourself. So only chamber members can see this part of it, and they can learn a little bit more about you. So I'm just gonna hit home again. And we're going to jump right into the member profile. I would like to point out right here from the home page, you can see any outstanding balances you might have. You can see any upcoming events that you might be interested in, and all of that kind of stuff. But we're gonna go right to the member profile. So as I said before, on that settings page, that information is within the MIC. Only people within the MIC can see that. What we're about to do here is going to be information that the public can see. So I'm going to pop right over to Brandywine Technologies directory entry with us. Anybody can see this. Anybody who's searching for a company can, and through our directory can see this. We got here by going to membership. We got here by going, okay. That's interesting. It's not dropping down right now, but we got here by going to membership and then going to membership directory, where we could then enter the name of the company we're looking for, or even some keywords that might lead us there. So again, the public can see this. So this is a great way for you to let the public know who you are, and I'll be showing you how to do that. So we're first going to start with organization information, and we're going to hit view. And this is exactly what it says on the tin. It's just basic information about the organization, the name of the organization, the number, the fax, all of this kind of stuff. Really, really basic. We also indicate the billing contact here, and we can even indicate how we want to get our billing information. So you can do print, email, or both. They have indicated that they want print. So that's where you would indicate that. And as you're going through just your MIC in general and you're customizing it, please make sure that you click Save Changes as you do everything. I've worked with people, we put in so much good information, forgot to do Save Changes, all disappeared, I had to start over. So just please click that. It's very sad if you don't. I've been there. But yeah, so Save Changes, and then we're gonna hit the back button. And now we're gonna go into website information. This probably has the bulk of the information that people can see when they view your membership directory. So it's a great opportunity to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward. So again, so right off the bat, we can use organization information, just this first little bit, a lot of the same information, no need to enter it again. Scrolling down, you can add your social network, your social media. So we can see that Kristen has uploaded LinkedIn and Facebook. I would highly recommend having at least one social network, whichever one whichever one you think works best for you. So maybe you're dealing with mostly on the professional side, LinkedIn might be the best one for you. If you're looking to get a little more plugged into your community, Facebook and Instagram might be a great place. Or if maybe you work for something tangible, you repair things, you make things, letting people see what, letting people see your projects and your progress, Facebook and Instagram might be great for that. As any visual way to get anybody to look at your content. Again, Facebook and Instagram. Twitter is also another great option if you want to do instant updates. If that's something that your clientele will like, that's a great place to put that. So I would, again, highly recommend having at least one. If we pop back over to Brandywine Technologies, we can see that they appear right here. So a potential client can find Brandywine Technology and want to learn more about them, we'll visit their LinkedIn or their Facebook. Moving on, just scrolling down. And as you enter your LinkedIn or your Facebook, make sure that you check this button, meaning that you want the public to see that. This is your web description or text content. This is very, very important because when we pop back over here, what you put in that bar is what populates this. This is the first thing people see when they pull up your membership directory entry. So make sure that you have something there. It doesn't have to be long. As you can see, Kristen went for something short and simple, but it gets to the point. They're an IT recruiting company that helps organizations, large and small, with long-term or short-term or permanent or short-term, placing talent. So make sure you have something there. Please be cognizant that there is a character limit. Also, I have seen people just copy and paste from their own web page, their own about page on their website, and it cuts off halfway because, again, that character limit, and it just looks kind of messy. So just be cognizant of that. Hours of operation, driving directions, these are great. Even if it might be obvious that you work 9 to 5, I would still add them in. I think everything that you can do to allow a client to imagine what working with you is going to be like, that can only help you. So, and keywords. I've been talking a lot about these keywords. So please make sure these keywords are going to be pertinent to your business. As we see here, obviously she's put IT staffing, recruiting, all good things. She's also put Newcastle County, South Jersey, Philadelphia, so the area that she serves. She also put casino. She told me that, they do a lot of work with casinos. They don't only work with casinos, but they do happen to do quite a bit of work with casinos. So adding that in there, outsourcing, Wilmington utility. So really think about what is a potential customer going to be searching for when they're looking for somebody like you to help them. That's what you put in the keywords. Also, if you've ever ran a paid for ad anywhere and you were specifying the kind of person that you wanted to, that you wanted to see this ad, you're specifying, what has this person maybe searched for, who's going to see this ad. That's another great way to think about it. Some other things that I've seen people do is for a garage door repair service. He put things like, repair opener and broken spring. So he even thought about what are problems somebody might have that I could fix. So please make sure that these are correct, that these are up to date, that you've really utilized this area. There is a character limit for here as well. And this not only informs our search engine on our site, but also just Google. So we've had people's membership entry show up when somebody was looking, didn't even search for them by name, but was looking for somebody who could supply IT staffing to casinos. So this is incredibly important. Again, our job is to make sure that you get seen. Please put something here. Do save changes. And we're going to hit the back button. And then lastly, we're going to look at map pin, or at least lastly for this page, we're going to look at the map pin information. Click view, and please make sure that this is correct, because if we just pop over to the membership directory entry, we can pop over to map, and we see that you can obviously see that here, and you can actually hit directions, and a Google map page will just pop up in your tabs, and you don't have to, copy the address, open a new tab yourself and do it. I know that sounds, kind of simple and not like a lot of work, but the easier you make it, the better that experience is going to be. This is also mobile friendly. So if somebody's searching on their phone, which more and more people are nowadays, they can just hit directions, it'll open the app for them. So, and obviously the driving directions show up right above here. Also, if you've indicated that you are the primary contact, if they hit rep info, they can see your information here. So if they're ready to, if they've, looked at your social media, they've kind of looked at, your about page, and they've kind of done their research, and they're ready to contact somebody and really do some business, make sure that at least somebody's name is here. That way they can say, all right, let's call Kristen. Let's see, about our RT options. So hopping back over.
Liz, we do have one question from Sue Yoakum. If you have several locations, can you put all of them, or how do you handle that?
I've never gotten that question before. I would maybe recommend, I don't think you could have more than one map pin, but if we go back over to website information and we scroll down to driving directions, this might be a great place to indicate that. So maybe your map pin is maybe, you choose which one to do, but you could, maybe in the driving directions, you can indicate where you have your different locations. Does that help?
I think so. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. And I'll look into that and see what kind of options there are, but that's off the top of my head what I think might work the best. Alrighty, and we're just gonna hit home again. And I'm gonna take you through some of these side tabs. So first is personal information. We kind of just saw this in the settings tab, just your basic information that's specific to your account with us. Going down to username and password. This is where you could change your password if you'd like. Photo. As you can see, Kirsten has uploaded a photo. I really, really like it when people do this. I think it adds a little bit more character, a little bit more personality to their account. Again, this, so what we're kind of going through right now is going to be mostly just MIC, things that appear on the MIC. So going through the membership directory, people won't be able to see this picture, but if anybody's searching for you within the MIC, they will. And I think it adds a little more personality. Groups and interests, we see that she is a part of the Ambassadors Committee, as I mentioned. Going down to social networks. So again, what we're doing right now is going to be just viewable by people within the MIC. So I already showed you before where we were uploading, where she uploaded her LinkedIn and Facebook, that could be viewed publicly. She could upload her LinkedIn and Facebook that could be viewed privately. I will say that if maybe you're kind of on a time crunch and you can only really do the membership directory side of it, or you can do the MIC side of it, I would recommend doing the directory side of it. So, but that's really up to you. You can absolutely upload your LinkedIn and Facebook here so that other people within the MIC can see it. And I think I already mentioned this, but the MIC obviously is only people who are members can access it. So, display preferences right here. This also is really, really important because, as I said, there's the public directory and there's the private MIC. So if you are entering information that you're really maybe not comfortable with everybody knowing, but you do want other members to be able to see it, maybe for networking purposes, you can hit that you only want members to see that here. And the inverse of that, if you're entering information, as I was showing you, that you want the public to see, and you keep entering it, and for whatever reason it's not showing up, check here and make sure that you've indicated that you do want that to be public. So, and I believe this is also where you would indicate that you want your representative info to be there. You have to indicate that you want your name, your address, which is obviously your work address, and all those kind of things. That's where you would indicate so that you could have your representative info available here. Okay, moving on. And of course, save changes. And now we're going to move on to company. This is profile summary. As you can see, there's a couple different ways to get everywhere where you want to on the site. So we already did this. I just showed you this. And just really quickly, I did want to go over upgrading your listing and promote your listing. So I believe that promoting your listing will allow you to appear higher in our membership directory when people are searching. And then upgrading your listing, I'll be showing you what that looks like at the end. But just that these are, you can request information. Alrighty, moving down, organization information. Again, we already saw this, just another way to get to it. So employees. This is also very, very important. As I said before, you can have as many employees and you can have as many logins as you would like. So let's say you have one person who's paying the bills, so they need a login, and you have another person who's going to be registering for events. You can register for events just through our website. You don't have to do the MIC, but let's say you have somebody who's registering for events from within the MIC. They both can have their separate logins and be able to do that. So to add an employee, we would hit add employee, put in their name and their information, and we would hit primary contact, and that would be indicating that they are the primary contact. So primary contact, we will get in contact for we will get in contact with that person about events and that kind of thing, whereas a billing contact will be contacting them for billing and fees and dues. So please make sure that you've indicated correctly billing contact versus primary contact. That way we're contacting the correct person. It makes it easier for us. It makes it easier for us, and it also makes it easier for you because you don't have to contact us. You don't have to go through that work of making sure that we're contacting the right person. So back. And then of course you can deactivate representatives. So you would do that by checking that box. This button would become available and you could deactivate that representative and their login would become no longer valid. So as you're maybe onboarding a new employee or a former employee is leaving your organization, please make sure that updating your employees through our MIC is on that checklist of things that need to be done, along with getting them a key fob and setting up their email. Make sure that this is on that list so that we're contacting the right person, so that emails aren't going into the void of a non-existent email or calls to the wrong person. It makes it easier for us and it makes it easier for you. So
Liz, if I can also piggyback on this portion of the page, for many of you that have been members for a long time, you know that when you've in the past had to register for an event, we have had the requirement of having a username and password. So even not logging into this area just to register for an event, you used to have to log in. Now you do not have to log in, you just have to use your email address, but we still have to have your email address in our system to know that you are a member, so that way you can get the member rate. Yeah. So that area of the portal that Liz was just showing you is also great for ensuring that all of your staff have their information in our system, their email address. That way they can easily register for an event. They do not need their own username and password anymore, but having them in there with their email address makes it very easy for them to just log in with their email, register for an event, and be done. So yeah. I just wanted to point that out as well.
And yes, and I just showed the chamber calendar really fast, how you would go about that. And just one more thing on this page is, again, when we add a representative, we can scroll down. So let's say Kristen hired a new person, John Doe, entering all their information here and all that kind of stuff. She can actually check this box, and that says email invitation to this employee or representative, allowing them to create a username or password to access this site. So if she wants them to be able to access the MIC, she can do that, but also she can just put in their information. So if they're going to be the one going to events, like Jamie just mentioned, their email is already in our system. We know that email is associated with a current member. They get the member rate. Otherwise, they don't. So thank you, Jamie.
No problem. And we actually just got a question from Sue. Are we allowed to register someone as our guest under our membership without paying for a first-time visit? Sue, the member rate is exclusively for members because it is a perk of membership. And so it's really based on company and having them in our system. So if it is an outside company, there wouldn't be a way for you to register them as a member, but you could register them as a non-member. That's not a problem, but we wouldn't be able to register them as a member themselves if they aren't currently a member. Mm-hmm. And that's all the questions on this so far. Thank you, Liz.
Okay, moving on from employees, we're gonna go to website information. And again, we've already done this, just another way to get to it. Like I said, there's several ways to get to wherever you want to be on the site. Moving down to categories. All right, so these categories not only inform our search engine, when people are searching for you, when you go to just the directory, there's a bunch of categories. So please make sure that your categories are correct and that you feel as though they will describe your business. As you can see, you can have more than one category. But what I was also saying before I got sidetracked by myself, the categories are, well, recently we've been pulling these category lists and we've said, you know, these are all of the chamber members to our restaurants, and here's their deals that they're doing right now. And we've had some people come to us and say, hey, I'm a member and I'm a restaurant, and I, you know, I wasn't on that list, and we checked and we saw that they weren't correctly categorized, and we fixed the situation. So please make sure that these are correct. Again, our main job is to make sure that you get seen, that you get found, and to help you get business. So make sure these are correct. If they're not, please reach out to us and we can help you find the correct category. And like I said, you can have more than one, as you can see here. Moving on down the line, logos, photos, and videos. As we can see, we get the same feature not available message for all of those. If you want more information, you can contact Jamie. This is her email. She's also in the chat with those lovely questions. So I will be going into how you, I will be going into what a directory entry looks like with logos, photos, and videos. It's got to do with the enhanced listing. So we will be going over that shortly. Map pin information, again, these look the same. This is what we've already gone over. You can check this box if you'd like it to appear on the membership directory to make sure that you're adding in those. I'm just gonna quickly check to see. It does not look like there is anything as to Sue's question to maybe add an extra one. So I will still say that maybe adding that in the driving directions would be your best bet. Okay, membership badge right here. So this is great. You can actually, if you click generate, you can get this onto your website. And this is great because being a part of the chamber does give you a little bit more credibility as, you know, as potential clients are just searching through the website or through, you know, just Google, and they're finding all these different websites with people with the same credentials as you, people maybe with similar services as you. This can help you stand out from the crowd and say, I'm a credible business, I am recognized with the Chamber of Commerce, and it just adds a little more credibility to your business. So moving on to billing, I will not be clicking any of these as they are personal, but we have billing profiles, and that is actually cards. So you can have more than one credit card or debit card uploaded here. So if you're paying, you know, the bills, if you're paying the dues with one card and you're paying for the events with another card, you can do that. Having them uploaded just makes it a little bit easier. It just self-populates itself, so it just makes it a little bit easier. Make a payment, that's pretty obvious. You can make any payment of any outstanding dues or bills you might have. And transaction history. So at the chamber, we are as transparent as possible. If you ever get a invoice and you really think that you've already paid that, please check the transaction history. You can see the invoice date, a description, and the amount, and you can also see anything that you've paid. Again, date, description, and amount. So if you ever think you've already paid for something, please check here. Also, you can reach out to us, and we also have access to that information. We can also let you know. But yeah, and then shopping cart, there's just any events that you maybe were interested in will appear here. So moving on to, we're gonna click home again. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the hot deals, news releases, and job postings. So hot deals. So when you create a hot deal, you're actually submitting it to us, and then we approve it, and then it appears on our website where everybody can see it. And we're really looking for an actual hot deal. We're not looking for, you know, services that you usually provide at the price that you usually provide them. We want a real deal for our members. So you can insert all this information here, you know, start date and end date, all this good stuff. And yeah, and then after you've submitted it, which you can do down here, submit for approval, you can go to manage hot deals, which is also just available on the hot deals page right here, manage hot deals, and you can see if it's been approved. You can also maybe make any edits that you'd like to. You can also see any past hot deals. So if maybe you've done, you know, from February to March, you did a hot deal, it's February of the next year and you want to do it again, you can actually just edit the date and then make it valid again. So moving on to news releases. This is pretty much the same. Add news release, manage news releases. You're submitting it for our approval. With news releases, that could be anything you really like. It could be hiring a new person or a new partner. It could be a new initiative. It could be a charitable giving. Anything you'd like the public to know about your business, maybe what you're doing, feel free to enter that in here and hit the categories. This makes it easier for people to maybe find the news release and logo and all this good stuff. And again, submit for approval and then manage news releases. It's kind of the same process. See if it's been approved. If there's any edits you'd like to make, you can do that there. Okay, and then down to job postings. And this is where, if you ever have an open position, you can add the job posting, description of it, manage it. Maybe hopefully once you get that person that you are looking for, you can take that job posting down. Yeah, that's kind of what that looks like, and let you see what that format looks like, the title, the description, and yeah, all that good stuff. So you can also schedule the active dates. So if maybe, somebody's leaving you, so you want to maybe start promoting that job posting on the 25th, you can do that. That's also the same for our news releases and our hot deals, is that you can make those ahead of time and you can select the date that you'd like those to go live, and that's when that can happen. So feel free to do that and add that information. So so we are done with this portion of the MIC, and now we just really want to quickly show you what an enhanced membership looks like. So this is Brandywine Technology, not enhanced. And basically here you just have, wow, okay, sorry about that. Here you just have information, or sorry, this is Brandywine Technology, and this is not an enhanced membership or enhanced listing. And we see here that, oh my goodness, okay, I'm so sorry. And we see here that, yeah, so I'm so sorry, guys. This is not enhanced listing. Everybody who is a member is entitled to having this. This comes with your membership. You don't have to pay anything extra for it. Now, if we pop over to the Hyatt Place Wilmington's membership directory entry, they do have an enhanced. So right off the bat, we can see media, we can see pictures that they've uploaded, of their rooms and of their amenities and all these great things. We have their logo, we have their picture. We can see the About Us right here. If we go to the About Us, we see that there's a little bit more room than there was without the enhanced. Highlights, these are direct, if you're really interested in learning about the meetings and events, weddings and rooms, you can click here and you'll be taken to that part of their website. Media, again, I already showed you that, and map, this looks kind of the same. That Brandywine Technologies did that yours will. All right, and just lastly to Keller Williams Realty. This is another one that's great. And we can see right off the bat, he actually has a video that he was able to upload. When I showed you those videos, photos, and pictures that you were not able to upload without the enhanced, this is where you would do those. This is where those can be seen. So he actually did a commercial that you can view. And then, images, he is a real estate agent. So these are areas that he's worked, homes that he's sold. About, again, much larger about page. Media, these are, I showed you that, excuse me. Highlights, these are other links that will take you directly there. News, we can see any coupons that he has. This is the same, and then map pin is also the same. So that's kind of what those look like. Oh God, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh goodness. There we go. Whew, I'm so sorry, everybody. But that's kind of what that looks like. And yeah, so getting the enhanced membership, this might be a great option if you, if maybe you don't have a website, don't have the time or money to maintain the website for just an extra $100 a year, this might be a great option. Also, maybe if you are a branch manager of a larger national chain, this might be a great option to let people know what you're doing locally. Maybe you don't have a lot of say in what happens with the whole website. So it's just a great opportunity to let people know a little bit more about you before maybe they start showing some interest. So that is everything that I have. I hope that has been interesting. Are there any other questions?
There is nothing else in the chat at the moment. If anyone has any lingering questions, please feel free to put them in right now. I also know that Liz and Yvonne are a great resource. So I'm sure after this training, many of you are going to go to your own portal and log in and kind of play with it a little bit. And so as you're doing it yourself, if you have a question about what Liz just went over, you are more than welcome to reach out to either one of them. You can also reach out to me, but they're the experts, so reach out to them. But we are all here to help you. And so as you're doing it yourself, if you have a question about what you saw and you can't quite remember exactly what Liz said, they are able to help you. We are also recording this, so we also do have this in case anyone would like to have this sent to them. We can definitely do that. And we do this about once a month in case you would like to go through the training one more time. But I do not see any additional questions coming in. Thank you for the kind words too. Really do appreciate that. And I'm glad you enjoyed this. And yes, we can definitely send this, the video out to everyone post event. That way you can share it with your teams in case you aren't the one who actually does the updates on the page. You can share the information with someone who does.
Yep.
All right, wonderful. Well, thank you, Liz, for taking the time to go through all of this today. And we'll make sure that you all also have Liz's contact information should you have any questions on this. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Alrighty. Have a great day, everybody, and thank you again.